What's good, family, man? It is your boy Mal
and Sade, and we're back at it again with another video.
Man, I feel like Sade got the top 10 intro right now in the game, bro.
You know it.
No cap, man. Even though
on period.
I hate her intro. I don't hate her intro, but she do got a top 10 intro right now, man. Because a lot of people say, a lot of people be rocking with Sade intro.
Because my intro is popping. It's the one. It's it.
Man, y'all already know when somebody's not here to grind, do not stop. Today gonna do Little DURK home invasion and shootout, man. This is just like the little summary of what happened. Y'all like when we do
Chicago drills influencing.
Don't interrupt me like that, man. Y'all like when we do these type of videos, man. We're gonna road to 100K. We just hit 60K. We really appreciate y'all for real. But let's get into it.
Chicago drills influencing the entire world. But all the hype and violence surrounding the genre has brought a lot of negative attention to some of its leading voices.
It did.
Lil Durk and King Von are two of the most popular figures to emerge from the Chicago drill scene, but they've also had to go through a lot because of their celebrity and gang affiliations. King Von ended up getting killed and beefing with another rapper, and now it seems like some old street beef is coming back up. Lil Durk has lost countless people in his crew to gun violence, and now he's allegedly been involved in a shootout that led to his house being raided by the FBI. Here's the whole story. Despite having gone through some ups and downs in his career, Lil Durk has outlasted many of his ops and established himself as one of the most respected rappers in drill. Durk was part of the OG wave of Chicago drill artists who created the genre along with Chief Keef and other artists from the South Side, and has continued to change his sound to fit the times and grow as an artist. He's also a genuine street dude who's respected by the game for really coming from the bottom and turning it into a multi-million-dollar brand and music empire. But despite all his success, Durk has had a dark cloud hanging over his career that seems to follow him everywhere. His ongoing beef with ops from Chicago has led to many people closest to him getting killed. His cousin OTF Nunu, aka Newski, was shot and killed back in 2014 in the deadly war between OTF and another Chicago set called 051 Money Gang. The year after that, Durk would lose his manager Chino in the same beef. Then, in 2020, Durk would lose his close friend and collaborator King Von in a shooting outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta, and his brother D-Thing would be killed this past June in a shooting outside a nightclub near Chicago. Check out our video on the curse surrounding Lil Durk for more info on these situations. But if losing his brother wasn't bad enough, Durk's home was recently raided by the FBI after an alleged shootout that took place in the gated community where he lived.
Bro, you would really think that he really got like a curse on him.
Yeah,
like,
you
the
would.
way everybody be down around Durk, which is extremely sad though, because the man he's starting to become like numb to the point.
Pain,
numb to pain, really.
Not long after blowing up, Durk moved to Atlanta to focus on music and avoid all the violence going on in Chicago. But just because you move doesn't mean you can escape all the smoke. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, around 5 a.m. on Sunday, July 11th, Lil Durk woke up and found someone trying to break into his house in the Chateau Alon neighborhood of Brazelton, Georgia, which is about an hour outside of Atlanta. Durk was home with his girlfriend and baby mama India when they heard someone kick down the door and they both started firing. It hasn't been reported whether anyone was hit, but a 5 a.m. shootout obviously caught the attention of the neighbors. Later that morning,
a real one. Not every girl go do that though.
Yeah.
Would you shoot for me? No. Why? We know.
I was literally just playing.
Nah, see, try to let me get shot over.
If my life in danger, boy, you crazy.
and they both started firing. It hasn't been reported whether anyone was hit, but a 5 a.m. shootout obviously caught the attention of the neighbors. Later that morning, Durk's home was raided by the FBI because of the shooting and other related crimes, after the neighbors reported it to police and media outlets. The raid also came just after the murder of KTS Dre.
Community. So, you know, gated communities are really like, they really particular, and they have like, I don't know, they really particular on what go on in their neighborhood, and if they see something that's out of the ordinary, they gonna say something about it. So
A rapper who's affiliated with the Gangsta Disciples. The 31-year-old rapper was being released from a Chicago jail, and he was ambushed by ops and shot 64 times. He and 3 other victims were brought to the hospital, and Dre was pronounced dead at the scene. The rapper was the brother of another Chicago street legend named KTS Von, who was also murdered in 2015. It was clearly a targeted shooting, and the brutality makes it seem personal. It's possible that the break-in at Durk's home was related to KTS Dre's murder, and police questioned him about it when they came to investigate. No arrests were made, but the fact that his home was raided by police after he was the victim of a home invasion shows that they might see the shootout as possibly gang-related. It doesn't seem like anything was stolen, and at this time, the break-in is assumed to be a targeted hit, not a robbery. Having survived the streets of Chirac, Durk knows that he has to stay strapped at all times, because if he's caught lacking, it's over. He's seen too many of his close friends and family get taken just because they let their guard down for a second. So at this point, he knows to be protected for anything. Luckily, the rapper was able to hear them coming and defend himself before he lost it all. but it must take a mental toll on you to always be on the defensive, even at 5 a.m. in a gated
I'm
community.
saying the gated community at your crib though, like bro, you at your crib, bro. Somebody trying to, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy because I think my neighborhood back home is considered a gated community, and like I said, they real particular. Like if they see a car out of the ordinary or any of that, like they gonna say something about it. So that's crazy. That's some next level stuff. That's some, I don't know.
DURK might get into some trouble for being a convicted felon and having a weapon, but Georgia has pretty relaxed gun laws, and there's clear evidence that he acted in self-defense, so the cops should let it go. But DURK may have to leave that neighborhood and invest in his own compound somewhere secluded, because if he's going to continue to diss his ops and songs and carry on the beef while he's a world-famous rapper, he has to be ready for war at all times. But DURK isn't the only rapper making headlines. It was just announced that police named King Von as one of the main suspects in the murder of Jakara Barnes, aka K.I., the deadliest female shooter in Chirac history. K.I. was a member of the STL-EBT set of the Gangster Disciples, who were at war with the O-Block set of the Black Disciples. K.I. and King Von were sworn ops, but had mutual respect for each other. Some have even suggested that there may have been a romantic relationship between the two. K.I. and Von were known to send shots at each other on social media, where they would threaten each other while flirting at the same time. King Von even appeared in an A&E documentary about K.I., where he admitted that he thought she was cool and once tried to get with her.
Yeah, she's just like me. She's cool. And she was cool too. I was trying to her. Yeah, I was trying to first. I was like, damn.
But because of their affiliation, it was a relationship that could never really happen. Despite being a female, K.I. was one of STL-EBT's deadliest shooters. She's alleged to have been responsible for the murders of 12 different people, including members of O-Block. One of her alleged victims was a BD named O.D. Perry, whose death inspired the name O-Block. O.D. was a respected member of the BDs who went by the name Wick City at the time, and his death was one of the events that sparked the war between O-Block and STL-EBT. When her 13-year-old cousin Taekwon was killed after getting hit with a stray bullet, K.I. changed her Twitter handle to Taekwon Assassin and really started going crazy in the streets. She was well respected in her set and feared by ops. At one point, she became so well known in the city that people tried to hire her for hits. Someone ended up leaking her Twitter DMs on 4chan, and one conversation showed that someone had offered her money to kill G Herbo. This may have just been a troll, but it shows how well known she was as a shooter. But just because K.I. was a female didn't mean that she was off limits when it came to payback. No one in the streets of Chicago was truly safe, especially when you're the one putting in the work, and K.I. was tragically killed on April 11, 2014. She was walking down Eberhard Ave in the South Side and was shot 9 times in the jaw and neck. For a while, K.I.'s murder remained unsolved. Police knew that the suspect was a hooded figure, but they weren't able to identify who it was. Now, 7 years later, the Chicago PD announced that they believe it was King Von who pulled the trigger. Apparently, they suspected it was Von all along, but not long after K.I. was killed, Von would be involved in a separate murder investigation over the death of a man named Malcolm Stuckey. Von allegedly killed Stuckey at a house party after the victim was giving him dirty looks. Von recruited the help of another O-Block member named Big Mike, and they were both arrested for the murder. At first, Mike flipped on Von and told police that he was the man behind the trigger, but at the last minute, Mike refused to testify, and the case fell apart. Von was able to walk free, and Big Mike was sentenced to 28 years in prison for refusing to testify. Check out our video on rappers who beat a murder charge for more info on this case. For a while, it seemed like Von was going
Who?
The dude, Big Mike.
Oh, yeah, you can change your mind. You want to? You in jail. You still in jail for it.
No, but I'm just saying though, he went from trying to testify to not trying to testify.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, something happened while he was. Somebody got to him. Somebody gave him a message or something, or he might have just came to the realization like, nah, I don't think it's a smart move for me.
Going to face some serious time for allegedly killing Malcolm Stuckey, which is why the Chicago PD didn't pursue him as a suspect in the K.I. case. But years later, after Von was killed in an unrelated incident, they decided to name the rapper as K.I.'s killer. It's not clear why the police decided to release this information now, but it's possible they may use it to build a case against other members of O-Block. DURK is still fighting an attempted murder and gun charge after a shooting that occurred.
I forgot DURK was fighting an attempted murder. But you know they could blame it on Von though.
Yeah.
Since he's dead. Yeah. He could say Von did it.
Yeah.
They can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So that's one of his best bets advice is going down because
Occurred in a parking lot in Atlanta that included King
They had it
Von.
on camera.
If they decided to launch a full-on RICO case against OTF or O-Block, like they've been doing to other rap groups at war right now, they could try and use Von's past crimes as a way to paint the group as a violent criminal organization. As of yet, no such charges have been announced, and DURK was not arrested for anything after the raid. But the rapper definitely has to watch his back, because any wrong move could mean death or jail.
Yeah.
If you thought this video was crazy,
And I have to say that Rico stuff is getting crazy.
I
with
was literally just about to say that, like, this is getting wild. Like, I don't know if these police officers and
Like,
these
I ain't being
officers
funny.
are like, we finna team up and
But-
just get all these rappers out of here. I don't know what they saying.
I ain't
but-
being funny. Free Youngboy, free Fredo, but with them two locked up, they finna try to get them Rico.
Yeah.
They gonna try to get them Rico charges.
Yeah.
Because it just, bro, the FBI ain't stupid. They know who going against who, what rap group don't like what rap group.
Yeah.
They had beef since this, bro. They gonna try their best to get them Rico.
And at
God
the end of the
forbid.
day, you can say that it's your label, but I mean, all they gotta do is trace it back to some
Instagram.
street affiliation stuff, and then you out of there. I mean, I don't know. It's
hopefully-
crazy.
But
It's
hopefully
wild.
that don't happen to them. Hopefully, Fredo be his case, Youngboy be his case and stuff like that. So we don't have to see nobody in the Rico charge because, man, they're really some of the best artists out right now.
Yeah.
If they locked up, who we gonna listen to? Some have the dirt. Who we gonna listen to? The only person we have left is Lil Baby.
Pretty much.
Man, other than that, man, y'all already know what to do, man. Please
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to all three channels.
follow me and show they both on Instagram. But other than that, man, we out here.